2009 was the most painful, difficult year of my life. That was the year where I led a church merger, where I took two very different churches and by God's grace and the help of many others brought those two churches together as one new church. Now, most of you will never lead a church merger, and that's understandable, but all of us have been in positions where we have been criticized, where our leadership has been challenged in one way, shape, or form. We have felt unjustly accused by someone. And when that happens, you begin to discover what really goes on inside of you. You begin to discover what it is you're really depending on for your meaning and your significance and your value and your worth. Well, a couple months after the merger, things really started to heat up. Factions developed, rumors were started, people were fighting, and I felt right in the middle of all of that. And for the very first time in my life, I found myself in a place where I was not widely accepted, not widely approved, not widely loved. There were people who were out to get me, people who wanted me gone as the pastor of this one new church. And when that happens, you get scared. You're afraid for a number of reasons. I felt insecure. I felt unprotected. I felt unloved. And I felt unaccepted. And all of those things that play into our insecurities. And it was during that time that God helped me see just how dependent I had become on human acceptance and human approval. People were out to get me. People wanted me gone. I felt remarkably insecure and unaccepted and unloved and unapproved of. And that started to shake the very foundation of my life, and it exposed all of my idols. All of those things that I was depending on that were smaller than Jesus to give my life worth and value and meaning and purpose. And it was during that time that God helped me rediscover the now power of the gospel. That the gospel doesn't just save us from our past, and it doesn't just save us for the future, but it saves us in the present. In other words, Jesus plus nothing equals everything ceased being simply a cognitive reality for me. It ceased being simply a theological equation. It became my functional lifeline, and it enlivened me, and it set me free. And so, as we begin this book, let me just pose this question. Do you believe that the gospel is powerful enough for you today? That because Jesus was strong for you, today you are free to be weak. That because Jesus won for you, today you are free to lose. That because Jesus was extraordinary, today you are free to be ordinary. That is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about rediscovering the now power of the gospel. That the power of Christ's finished work for you invests your life today, now, with meaning and security and forgiveness and purpose and value and worth. Do you believe it? Do you believe that Jesus plus nothing equals everything?